So for my 30-day project, I'm going to be learning how to solve the Rubik's Cube. I'm doing it on a book that's called The Cube. It's by Jerry Slocum, but there's multiple different writers with it as well. It also doesn't meet the page requirement, so I'm also going to be listening to an audiobook called Rubik's Cube. That one's by Clark Cornell. Okay, so for my goals, basically I'm going to try and solve the 3x3 in week 1, solve the 2x2 in week 2, and in 3 and 4 I'm going to try to do the same thing, but without like looking at the book, and hopefully be able to do it from muscle memory at that point. Alright, so let's start with 3x3 cube. Here's the diagram. Okay, so basically the first couple of pages just tell me how each move works. So U and D right here are going to act as up and down, and it shows me how each move is going to be carried out and what I should do when it gives me the term. So this is just showing all the faces and what I should be doing. The next page shows me the hand placements for slices, which is basically moving the middle alone. So it could be moving it up or moving it to right or left. Alright, so after a few days of solving and reading the books, learning all the algorithms, as they call it, I've been able to get all of this, including the bottom white, and then I have the top cross. So basically, what it's saying I need to do next in chapter 3 on page 86, it says I need to match the centers now. So this needs to be red, this needs to be blue, and then eventually just get the corners, and that should be the rest of the solve. So I'll see you then. Alright, so almost there on the final stretch. Just need these two corners, and so what it was telling me is that these all have to be matching. So the green matches here, the yellow matches up here, and then the red matches over here. So once all of them are matching, then I can do the final set. So they also said that the final set is going to completely mess up the cube. Like, I'm going to think that I've messed something up, but just to go with it. So they described it to me as like this. So left inverted, right, left, right inverted. Oh, let's go. So at the end of week 1, I'm pretty happy. Being able to solve the cube is pretty dope. I've done it once with my dad before, but it took us like a few days, just like it did with me here. But I never had a book this in depth. The algorithms are pretty simple. I mean, really just right, left, up and down. But I guess it can get a little confusing if I'm trying to go faster. But overall, I thought it wasn't as hard as I thought at all. So let's go solve the 2x2. Alright, so starting with the 2x2, I mean, they said that once you know how to solve a 3x3, solving a 2x2 is even easier. So hopefully this week will be easy. There's only 4 steps instead of the 7 needed for the 3x3. So I guess I'm going to find out the new algorithms for this and hopefully not get confused, because there's no centerpiece, so I don't really know how to identify which side is its own color. But let's do it. Alright, so after a few hours spent on the 2x2, still pretty confused. So I decided to look up a YouTube video on it. So learning that a little bit, and his algorithms, which are right there, are a little bit different than what they've been showing me in the book. So I'm kind of trying to figure out what the best way to solve it is going to be. And hopefully, actually somebody talking instead of just reading the book will help me understand how to do it more. Okay, so almost there. Got the bottom, got these mid layers right here. And so actually, unlike the other cube, they'd want you to solve for like these pieces next, which I already have 2 of them, which is just random. But I'm actually going to solve for the top part first. Alright, so that did nothing, so I have no idea. We made it. I'm almost there. Literally, just need to flip these 2 pieces. Look, once they're flipped, I'm done. That's all I need. So, let's do this algorithm, and I'm out of here. Front, left, back 2, okay, okay, okay. Oh, 2 out of 2, baby! Alright, so just got off work, but I thought I'd do my self-reflection for week 2. Solving the 2x2, definitely harder than the 3x3, at least for me. They said it'd be easier if you knew how to solve the 3x3, but like I said, with having no centerpieces, it was really confusing. The moves, like the algorithms, are a lot shorter though, it makes it nice, but they're still, the 4 steps are pretty intrinsic. I do think that going into week 3 and 4, trying to solve it without looking at anything, or having like a cheat sheet, I guess you could say, I think that'll be easier than with the 3x3, just because there is only 4 steps, and they're the shorter moves, but I'm ready to do it, so. So, to start off in week 3, I decided to write down all of the algorithms, and try to just keep looking back and solving it, and hopefully I'll be able to remember a few of the moves at a time, and then all at once. So, this is what algorithms I have written down for now. So, E1, 2, 3, and 4 are going to basically be showing me when I have a certain scenario what to do, so where the cubes are is what I'll have to do. And for example, this R down arrow is going to be right down. Same thing with down, so there's going to be the bottom, so they call it down, so down left. So we're moving so it would technically be this bottom piece would be moving down, or I'm sorry, to the left. Alright, now that I have all of the algorithms written down, and I've done it actually a few times now. I'm starting to get the hang of it. Some of the moves, once I start them, I'm able to be like, oh, I know what I have to do next. On about 2 of the moves, there's only like 4 steps that you have to do, so I memorized those already. So when I get to a certain point, I know what to do. Like when I have first, when I get the full bottom, and I just need to get like these corner pieces because I have this bottom. I know how to do that, but other than that, I don't know. The moves after that, like trying to get the top cross and trying to get the final corners, that's gonna be really hard to memorize. So try again tomorrow. Another day of cubing. I took it to school today. Tried to memorize even more. Tried to impress some people with my Rubik's Cube skills. Didn't work out. They laughed at me. That was cool. This is one move that I was able to do at school today without looking at the cheat sheet. So it's moving a centerpiece. So basically, this is green and orange, right? But this piece right here is yellow and orange. So I need this green and orange to go there. So I'm just gonna do like this. So and then up. And look, green, orange, boom, it's right there. And if you look up here, there's the yellow and green piece. Reflection time of week 3. So that was really hard. Definitely would have needed a lot longer than a week to be able to memorize how to solve this. I mean, I memorized like 2 or 3 moves, but definitely can't solve it. Let's hope the 2x2 is easier. But if I put more work into this, definitely think I would be able to solve it without looking, and then become the world record holder, obviously. So that's the plan. So decided we could use a little change of scenery, and starting with the 2x2. Should be easy, I think. The no centerpiece is still a problem for me, but I don't know, shouldn't be that bad. Let's see what I can do here. Okay, so that's what I can do without the cheat sheet so far, is I can get the bottom solved, and then I can get this first strip solved. Alright, so just got back from golfing. We're gonna try it again. Once again, I took the 2x2 to school this week. Learned a few things. Still easily able to get that first strip that I was talking about, but the upper layer is pretty hard. Like I said, with a 2x2, I don't think the book is very useful. I think the YouTube videos help me a lot more. So I'm going to be changing the algorithms that I'm using from the book to the YouTube video.